This one, okay, is show this, Dad. Nothing in there. Clear. So is anybody familiar with this one?
No.
Semi-automatic, right? So 1 round per press of the trigger, okay? I'll start off with the front. This is either the muzzle device, flash hider, muzzle brake, depending on the application. I have a flashlight. I have a flip up front sight. I also have a rear sight right here, okay? This is the optic, okay? That's what I use for aiming, okay? And so the safety selector, you see it right there? So that is on fire, that's on safe, you see that? Okay, so the way it works, very much like my semi-automatic handgun, right? So I seat that magazine in there, pull back, and that's how I would charge the gun, like what you were saying?
Yeah, that type of thing right there is what I'm talking about. The thing where you pull it back.
Okay, you're talking about the charging handle?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So proper name is the charging handle, right?
Okay, sure.
And this is my rail, this is my foregrip. Okay, so the way it works, right, is when I press the trigger, the gun, I take it off safe, press the trigger, there's a firing pin that strikes the primer detonates inside the chamber, creates gases, which pushes the bolt down the barrel. Some of the gases are diverted back through the gas tube, which cycles the bolt to the rear, which kicks out the spent casing, which picks up another round from the magazine. It repeats the process, okay? Does that make sense?
No.
So 1 round per press of the trigger, okay? Does that make sense?
Okay.
What do we know about, so what you said, video games? What do you know about this because of a video game?
I know that for that type of charging handle, to get another shot in, sometimes you'll have to pull it back and then put your bullet in and then do that. Yeah.
Okay. I like that. So probably for like a bolt action, you're probably talking bolt action, which I'll talk about next, okay?
Yeah, bolt action rifle.
Bolt action rifle. So any questions on this one? Yeah.
I have a question. Why do you have to say clear or clear to the parents?
Because it's the one thing that we always want to do as adults or whoever's handling it. That's a great question. You are from up here, okay? Is we always have to know the condition of the gun, okay? It's always the unloaded gun that will hurt or kill somebody, okay? Every time. And so my responsibility when I bring a gun out is I check it, I visibly inspect it, but I also show dad or mom, because this is what adults do. That's what we do, is we make sure we know the condition of the gun. Okay? You notice, remember those 4 rules I talked about earlier? So I treat the gun like it's loaded, keep the muzzle pointed in safe direction, my fingers off the trigger, make sure my target my backside, remember those? I'm practicing all of those rules as I'm handling this gun, okay? I haven't broke a single one of those rules because I'm practicing what I preach, right? And that was a great question. So does that make sense?
Yes.
So when you're on the range with us, it's going to be your responsibility when you're handling a gun to know the condition of the gun, and that's how you'll do it. You'll check that chamber. If the chamber is clear, then we'll put in a chamber flag, and there's a whole process for it. But it's part of being responsible. So good. Any other questions?